All right, the Carolina Panthers just got fantastic NFC South news. And isn't it amazing how quickly things can change in the NFL? Right? The Panthers are sitting here, they're 5-4, and then they lose to the Saints, and you're like, oh no, the season's over. And then they go out and they beat the Atlanta Falcons on the road. And not only do they beat the Atlanta Falcons on the road, but, and here's the big thing, Bryce Young looks like an absolute stud doing it. The one thing you wanted was Bryce Young to finally, come on, man, throw for 200 yards. Well, he said, I can do you a little bit better than that. I can throw for 448. In this game, Bryce Young becomes the leading single-game passing yard performer in Carolina Panthers history. This was the single best game. This was the most yards a Carolina Panthers quarterback has ever thrown for. I'm not saying it was the best game a Carolina Panthers quarterback has ever played, but I'm going to tell you right now, Bryce Young had a good game, and better than the fact that he threw for 448 yards, this game ends in a win. And that's the big thing. And now the Carolina Panthers have absolutely everything right in front of them. And so here's the second part of the good news that they get for the NFC South. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers went on the road into Buffalo. Hard-fought game, but they lose. They lose by 12. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have lost 2 games in a row. They lost to the Patriots and lost to the Bills. Now, these were difficult games. I understand that, but they lost them both, and it doesn't get any easier for them. All right, next Sunday, they're playing on Sunday Night Football against the L.A. Rams, and they have to go to L.A. in order to play that game. So they have a lot of travel up north to Buffalo. They're going to come back home. Then they have a lot of travel all the way out west to L.A. This is not easy for them. Then their schedule opens up and gets easy. Now, the Carolina Panthers, on the other hand, they are on their way. So the AFC or the NFC South is all the primetime games. Sunday night is the Bucs. Monday night, you guys, against the San Francisco 49ers, who looked very, very good today. I'm not going to lie, they look good, but people have been looking really good against the Cardinals the last few weeks, so I don't put a ton of stock into that. I'm really excited to see if Bryce Young can work off this. But here's a couple of takeaways that I had from this game. And while we do that, I'm a box score guy. I love looking at box scores. Unfortunately, my computer's frozen, so all you get to see there is the schedule. But you'll have to trust me on the box score things. So Bryce Young, like we said, 45 pass attempts, 31 completion, average of 10 yards per attempt. That's fantastic. 10 yards per attempt, 3 touchdowns, 448 yards. He was sacked 5 times. He was injured twice. He kept coming back, had a QB rating of 123.2. All these are really good signs. But here's the thing that I like that I think looks up even more than the fact that he chucked the ball all around the field. All right, Rico Dowdle, he has been a revelation for this team. And it is fun to watch him run the ball. And I don't understand what it is about the Carolina Panthers, but for some reason, running backs there play better than they play other places. Chuba Hubbard had a resurgent year for his career last year. Rico Dowdle did that on steroids this year. It seems like running backs play better in Carolina. That's just the way it goes. Also, you have a head coach that is very running back friendly, it seems like. But Rico Dowdle didn't have a great game. Right? Atlanta said, we are going to stop the run, and we are going to make Bryce Young beat us with his arm. And Bryce Young said, thank you, I will. Rico Dowdle, 19 carries, 45 yards. That's 2.4 yards per carry. I believe that is a season low. Chuba Hubbard actually was a little more successful. But as a team, 25 carries, 67 yards. That is 2.7 yards per rush. To win a game where you only run the ball for 67 yards and you only run for 2.7 yards per carry is not easy to do in the NFL. And yet you found a way to do it. You found a way to do it. Tet McMillan, 8 catches for 130 yards. His official coming out party. And here's what I like to see. What I didn't expect, I thought Jalen Coker was going to come back from injury, and it was going to be, all right, he's going to become the number 2 wide receiver, and he shows signs of that and flashes of that, but it has opened up things for Xavier Legette. I thought Legette was going to fade into the distance, right? As soon as Jalen Coker came back, he hasn't. He's been playing really well. He's kind of that big play threat that every team is looking for. So here's what I want to talk about going forward. I want to give you a couple of schedules, all right? And, on your screen right now, here you can see the Panthers' remaining schedule. It's not the easiest. It's not. But here's the good news. There's only one team ahead of you in the division, and they're only ahead of you by a half a game. It's Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and guess what? You play them 2 times. You play them in Week 16, and you play them in Week 18. So if you can find a way to win a couple of games outside of the games against Tampa Bay, and you can beat Tampa Bay back-to-back games, this division absolutely is yours. I mean, this is absolutely yours. Here's the unfortunate news. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and again, like I said, the computer is for some reason frozen on that screen. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers don't have as difficult of a schedule. They do have a tough game. They go to L.A. Then, outside of the 2 games they play against you, they have to play the Arizona Cardinals, New Orleans Saints. They're home. This is a 3-game home stretch. Arizona, New Orleans, Atlanta. They should win all 3 of those games. Then they have you on the road. They go on the road to Miami, and they go against Carolina. Look, outside of the 2 games against you, which I believe are a toss-up, they should go 4-1 in those other 5 games. So you can count on them winning 10 games this year. 10-6 at least, or 10-7 at least, and that's if they lose to the Rams and lose to you twice. So you need to find a way to win a couple of games outside of the Tampa Bay games and win the 2 games against the Buccaneers. Here's what I'm starting to see. I'm starting to see an understanding by Bryce Young, and if finally a team was they gave him a pass-friendly script, and he took full advantage of it. I'm starting to see Bryce Young feel the game a little bit better, and he's still, in year 3 or whatever it is, he still has those glimpses that you saw when he was at Alabama. But they're few and far between. I'm still waiting for Bryce Young to be what he was at Bama. I'm waiting for him to be what he was late in the year last year. And if he can do the same type of resurgence that he did last year again this year, there could be some really, really good success. Again, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are banged up on the offensive side, and their offense simply isn't what it was before. In their last 4 games, they've scored 9, 23, 23, and 32 points. Baker Mayfield, even in that 32-point game, that's because there were a ton of turnovers by the Bills. He only threw for 173 yards. The door is open. Will you take it, or are you still another year away? Let me know what you think. Hey, if you're new to this channel, we love talking about teams that the national media ignores. We are Detroit Lions fans, but we cover those types of teams. We feel like the Panthers are absolutely one of them. If you want to see more content, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next Panthers video. Thanks for watching. See ya.